What up, Rob? Welcome to another episode of BrandonJaneauShow. As you know, I am the host, Brandon Janeu, and like always on all podcast platforms everywhere. BrandonJaneauShow. Social media platforms, Instagram threads, real Brandon Janeu, that's real Brandon Janeu Show. Real Brandon Janeu Show on Instagram and threads, real Brandon Janeu Show on Instagram and threads. Facebook, it's the Brandon Janeu Show, and of course, TikTok, Brandon Janeu Show. Go follow me on all those social media platforms. I would appreciate it if you did. Really, where you go is the YouTube channel, man. Brandon Janeau Show YouTube channel. Subscribe, comment, like the vids, like the shorts. Helps all in the algorithm if you do. Tonight, tonight's episode is the artist breakdown. You know, the beauty about music is that if you're fortunate enough, you get to see artists grow. And it doesn't matter if you like rock, punk, pop, rap, R&B. Real music is just real music, man. We gotta stop trying to put it under a guideline. I don't live in the same time period as everybody else. I don't do it. I don't do it. I don't do it. What I remember is that this hip hop, particularly when I was a teenager, hip hop, particularly when I was a teenager, was going through a renaissance. I mean, like it was a new era of guys that was coming into the hip hop world, becoming you know the faces of the game, particularly 2008, 9, particularly 2009, definitely. '09 is when the new renaissance of rappers came in, a new generation of rappers. Guys that we are still talking about to this day, this decade to this, I mean, we're still talking about to this day. Guys like Big Sean, guys like Drake, guys like Kendrick, guys like J. Cole, guys like ASAP Rocky, guys like Meek Mill, Nicki Minaj. And particularly the artist I'm doing the artist breakdown on tonight, and that's Wale. Wale coming into the game, of course, was a part of the internet mixtape new era generation. Now this generation of artists, rappers particularly, saw the mixtape game is different than a lot of the other guys that came before them. 50, Wayne, Fab, Jeezy, T.I. I mean, Jeezy and T.I. were also rapping on original beats, but and some of these mixtapes would turn into original songs, but then the mixtape era was just growing in leaps and bounds compared to what it was when I was a kid. And then it comes this new generation of artists that were coming in, new generation of rappers that were taking the mixtape game a little differently, where it was like it's their first real indication of like, I'm gonna make this shit. I'm gonna make this shit work regardless. And I feel like that is exactly what has happened in the 2000s, especially late 2000, like 2009. Those were the rappers. And Wale was one of the guys, man. It's funny to see him get his flowers now, but 2009 Wale, man, Wale was the first, I would say, of that generation. Drake, J. Cole, Big Sean, Kendrick, Meek, French, ASAP. Like Wale was the first one to drop a label album. People forget that. Wale was the first one. Wale dropped Attention Deficit in 2009. But before he dropped that album, he dropped a single called Nike Boots. And Nike Boots, when he dropped Nike Boots, I instantly fucked with this song. Instantly. It kind of reminded me, if you remember this, the Cool Kids. Mikey Rocks. It reminded me of Mikey Rocks. I fucked with Mikey Rocks. So of course, when I heard Nike boots, and I don't know if that was just a DMV thing or like a thing, but Nike boots, man. When Wale dropped that bitch, I was like, who the fuck is this? I'm like, who this is? Fuck with the song immediately. I fucked with the song immediately. I was like, this shit hard, bro. I was like, nah, this shit hard, bro. Nike Boots the shit, bro. I don't think people understand. Like Nike Boots was the shit, bro. The first time I heard Wale was Nike Boots. Like I was like, okay, okay, he got something. He got something. I fucks with it. I fucks with it. And then of course, like I said, he drops his first album, Attention Deficit, in 2009. And on this album, of course, what Pretty Girls. He had uh Chillin' with Lady Gaga, who at the time Lady Gaga is on your song, and Lady Gaga at that time was fucking massive. I'm not saying she's not still massive, ladies and gentlemen, but she was extremely fucking massive at this time. This is at the time. This is around the time she dropped the Fame album. Lady Gaga was everywhere, and that was a massive look for Wale to get Lady Gaga on his first fucking album and drop a single with her. That was insane. Like you just didn't think that Lady Gaga would do a fucking song with any rapper at that time, especially not Wale. Again, it plays into the fact that they also are label mates at the time. They both are on Interscope, and both were like, "Hey man," Interscope probably was like, "Man, we need to kind of get this dude album out and pushing it." So yeah, man, I fucked with those two singles, but it was the songs on the album that I really deeply really fucked with, like Diary with Marsha Ambrosius. Diary with Marsha Ambrosius was my shit. Like Diary with Marsha Ambrosius. I heard this song on a school bus going to school. Everything happened when I was on a school bus, right? I heard this song when I was on a school bus going to school. Uh, Going to school. Uh, I don't know if it was my iPod, or it was hers. I can't remember. But she played me this song, and I was just listening to it. And I was like, this shit is fucking hard. Diary by Wale and Marsha Ambrosius is one of his best songs he's ever put out. I don't think people really give it its full context. I think because he's dropped so many fucking hits now. It's crazy to think he's dropped so many hits. But when Diary dropped, man, that fucking song, I can still listen to that song to this day and not get bored. That is an incredible body of work. That is a hell of a song. Marsha Ambrosius' voice on that motherfucker too. Whoo, people don't understand. People don't understand. Yeah, man, that song was different. And then you had Beautiful Bliss, and that was one of the first times I heard J. Cole, like fully heard J. Cole too. She played me that song too on the bus. And I was already like a fan of Cole. I was hearing about Cole, but that was really when I was like, oh, this motherfucker ready. Like this dude different. And this is before Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Lights came out a year later. This came out, so Cole was already on this boy shit a year prior. So I heard Cole before Friday Night Lights came out. Like, and again, like I said, like I was hearing certain songs from Cole, but I didn't know who he truly was until I heard this. I heard Beautiful Bliss with him, Wale, J. Cole, and Melanie Fiona. Man, that fucking song, bro, Lord have mercy. Yeah, man. Man. Yeah, man. That was it. That got me. I was like, yeah, I don't know who this J. Cole dude is. I was like, I don't know who this Cole dude is, but this motherfucker, he can rap his ass off. Like, I know who this Cole dude is, but this motherfucker can rap. Like, I think this nigga gonna be something. Funny how that works. And Cole even was saying, yo, Wale, appreciate the look, bro. I appreciate the look. You ain't even had to put me on this bitch, but you put me on this hoe. I appreciate the look, bro. Attention Deficit is a dope fucking body of work, and you don't even hear that from a first album. I don't think Wale gets enough credit for the album. That album, Attention Deficit is a dope ass body of work. That's his first album, and he killed that shit. And then something happens with Interscope and him, and he ends up signing to MMG, Rick Ross. You're like, that's a weird pairing. You're like, that's a weird pairing. Rick Ross is this, drug dealing guy from Miami, and he's signing Meek Mill, who's from Philly, who's also a drug dealing guy, and you're like, how the fuck does Wale fit that shit? Now, Stalley was a dope ass rapper from Ohio. He wasn't like that, but and Rocky Fresh is a dope ass rapper. So MG had a group, man. They had a little click with them, especially at the beginning, man. They had a little click. So when you heard Wale sign them fucking Maybach music, you're like, Maybach music? He's with who? Like who? And then they drop what to say 2011 Self-Made, the first Self-Made, group project that they dropped, that first Self-Made EP. That shit was a banger, bruh. Pandemonium, Play Your Part, 600 Bins. Like you got some bangers on that bitch. Don't get it twisted. And then of course Wale, off of that success of that body of work, finally getting established into the MMG family, Maybach Music family, he intends to drop the Ambition project, his second album. He drops his album, and this is the album I think really put everybody on his radar. Well, put him on everybody's radar, I should say. The Ambition album was dope. Incredible body of work. Not just saying that because it got the hits. Lotus Flower Bomb with him and Miguel. That Way with him and Jeremiah and Rick Ross. Of course, Ambition, the title track. Ambition. Uh, Sabotage with him and Lloyd. You got Slight Work with him and Big Sean. You got Bait. I like Bait remix with him, 2 Chainz, and Trey Songz. Somebody else on that Bait remix. I think Rick Ross. Rick Ross, I think, was on that Bait remix too. Um, yeah, man. Uh, Ambition was the shit, bruh. Ambition was an incredible body of work. And you go back and listen to that album now, and you're like, this shit was a banger. What the fuck? Like, you sit there like, this album is a fucking banger. It got the hits, it's got the deep cuts, it's got the shit that you fuck with. Like, this bitch is a fucking banger. Holy shit. And I think that's when I look at that and I go back now and listen to this music. I'm like, man, this shit different, bro. Like, it's a time period, bro. But around this time, you start to hear MMG having internal problems, particularly with Wale and Meek Mill. And you're like, why the fuck are they beefing? And now we know why. Meek Mill gets in his ways, and that's just who Meek Mill is. Um, and Wale was chilling. Like, Wale was like, man, I ain't got no problem with dude. I don't know where the fuck he coming from with that energy. And Wale at this time in 2011 was starting to get a lot of collaborations. Like, I mean, tons of fucking collaborations. Uh, I can't remember the fucking name of that song now, but him, Waka Flocka, and Roscoe Dash. Yeah, like he had that song. He had fuck. Yeah, that song. He had another collaboration that was fucking fire around that time. He had another one. I can't fucking remember the damn name of that bitch. Um, but Wale was on some fucking bangers, bro. Like people don't understand. Wale was on some fucking bangers back then, man. 2011 Wale, boy was untouchable. Like real shit. Like Wale was untouchable in 2011. Like shit crazy, bro. Like boy was untouchable in 2011. Um, uh, but like I said, the Meek Mill situation started up. You're like, man, like the Meek Mill problem kicked in. You're like, man, what the fuck going on with this shit? You saw the Meek Mill problem kick in. Like, what the fuck going on with this shit? Um, And you're starting to hear things. But then again, Wale dropped one of my favorite songs around this time was Arrival. If you never heard Arrival, it's on YouTube. Pull it up. I remember him dropping this song and being like, "Man, this shit hit. I don't know what the fuck this is. I like this." And I don't even think he didn't even put it out. Like he didn't even put that bitch out like as a single. He just dropped it. And I remember just hearing that bitch. I'm like, "Damn, that's so hard, bro." The Eternal Problems in MMG starts up, but then he drops Gifted, his third album. It's a dope body of work. I think that's he dropped Gifted, he got Love Hate thing on there, but then before the single though that literally launches this album is Bad. Yeah, yeah. Bad drops. And this fucking song is a fucking smash hit. And you start to realize, yo, Wale got fucking hits, bruh. Like, you sitting there like this nigga got hits, bruh. Bad was a fucking. I'm gonna always say this. I do not like Bad remix. There are certain songs that people should not be on. Like, I listen. Love Rihanna, love Rihanna, love her. She getting an artist breakdown at some point soon. Love Rihanna, but she should have never been on that remix. And I get why they did it because I think the original artist that wrote the song and was actually on the song, I think didn't want to. They kind of, you know, I think I won't say robbed her, technically robbed her of the song, and it became so massive at that time. And then that song becomes a fucking massive hit, and you're just like, damn. But Bad comes out, man, and it's a smash fucking hit. I mean, my God, it is a smash fucking hit. And I think that put Wale in even if Lotus Flower Bomb not have started, but Bad was just like everywhere. Like I said, Gifted comes out. It's another good album for Wale. It's a dope body of work. Um, but those eternal problems with him and MMG is just really there. Like you like, God damn. To the point where he then, starts to drop other music. He starts to come out with when he gets back to the musical scene, he drops which is a nod to his mixtapes, the mixtapes about nothing. He drops an album about nothing with Jerry Steinfeld doing narrations throughout the project. You had who else? You had of course the matrimony song with him and Usher, which is again is another motherfucking smash hit. But Wale has always had these hits throughout his career. And it's kind of crazy to now look at Wale's career and you think about it, for Lauren, as he likes to say. Looking at Wale's career, and if you actually looked at his career, and it's funny that how just recently he just dropped this incredible body of work. Like phenomenal body of work. And you listen to that album, and people are now like, damn, Wale, man, that boy got hits, man. That boy fucking fire, bro. Wale's always had that level of greatness, and I feel like a lot of people just never gave him maybe the proper respect. In a world of J. Cole's, Kendrick's, Drake's, Meek Mill's, all these different various artists that have dropped in the last decade plus with him, he's always going to be compared to them no matter what he does. And it doesn't matter what he does. He's always going to be compared to them. But because of how bad everything has gotten in hip hop, it made it easier for him to finally get the flowers that he had deserved. To look at Wale's career now, almost 17, 18 years, Fucking sounds insane, don't it? That shit sounds insane. This man has that long of a fucking career. It's fucking insane. I get it. But to sit here and say this man has had that long of a fucking career, and it's just now that people are like, damn, Wale a different caliber. Like he could go, he could kill. Like it's crazy, man. To sit here and see his career have been throughout all of this time period. He deserves the respect. He deserves the love. He deserves his flowers. And I think that is what we're starting to realize about this generation that I kind of grew up with the 2009 to now. A lot of the guys like Wale, J. Cole, Big Sean, Drake, Kendrick, Big Crit, who dropped an incredible body of work. A$AP Rocky. You know, I haven't heard the album. I don't really want to listen to that album, but people say it's a good album. All of them are now getting their flowers. And that's what makes the culture better. When we're not hating on everybody, we actually give them their fucking flowers. And Wale's one of the rare few that has busted his ass for generation upon generation, got the fucking songs. It ain't like he ain't got no fucking hits. Boy, I got hits. Solidified fucking bangers. Great bodies of work. You got the Wow That's Crazy project with Jeremiah. You got the Jeremiah song on Chill. You got the song with Bryson Tiller. He's got the, Poke It Out with J. Cole on another body of work. You got the Dearly Beloved with Jamie Foxx, taking the legendary Jamie Foxx off of the Jamie Foxx show and remaking that. Like, bro, that got songs, bro. All they got hits, bro. So, yeah, man, Wale is that guy. I don't think anybody could ever sit here and tell you for 16, 17. Now, again, do I put him in the same vein of a J. Cole, Kendrick Drake? No, I don't. I don't think, but I don't have to give him that. I don't think, again, that you don't have to continuously have this conversation of, well, is he in that conversation? No, he doesn't have to be in that conversation. But what he is very fucking viral. He's very valuable to the game. What Wale has been for the last 17 years is a fucking hit maker. And you wouldn't even realize it until you actually sit back and listen to his music. You're like, this motherfucker hits. He's a hit maker, but he's also one of the dopest rappers in the game, bro. And like I said, when you go now and listen to his body of work, if you listen to this new album, you will finally say, yeah, yeah. And it's crazy because of how chaotic the industry is right now that everybody had a chance to just sit and shut the fuck up and just listen. And man, oh man, did we listen. So yeah. Next time I do an episode will be my top 10 list, and it will be obviously on Wale songs. Top 10 Wale songs is the next one up. And of course, I will be doing the debate. And it will be Wale versus Meek Mill. Ooh, bringing back that problem, ain't I? Sorry. Had to do it. Anyway, that is all. I hope that is all. Go listen to some Wale music, man. Go listen to this man's music. I'll be back next time to talk about Wale, do the top 10 list of his songs. Till next time, I'm Brandon Janeau.